Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of the You Get a Buff After Survivor video blog. We just finished watching the very exciting premiere episode of Survivor One World. We have so much to talk about. Okay, so one of the things I liked best about this episode was how right at the beginning, Jeff just gave them 60 seconds to rummage this truck. Immediately after separating the men from the women. Now, the guys, without any hesitation, decide this is the time to steal stuff from the girl pile and stick it in the guy pile, specifically Michael. Then when he gets called on it, he immediately plays the classic, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, what are you looking for? Like, I don't see, there's a lot of stuff here. You're looking for an axe? Yeah, no axes. It's weird. Then the big twist is that they're on the same island and they had no idea, which I love that the guys just committed grand larceny and now they show up at the beach, run into the girls they just stole from, and they have that awkward confrontation. It had to be a little like making out with a girl on Friday night and then running into her at your family reunion on Saturday. All in all, I think it was a pretty bold strategy, and in the end, probably the best move given the fact that they had no idea they would be on the same beach. This is Survivor. You've got to play tough and provide for your tribe, and they did just that. So I say, way to go, guys. Okay, now it's time for this week's segment of What the F? So basically in this clip, you can see there's this really weird tree branch that just kind of follows the camera. It kind of looks like it's one crew member's attempt to blend in with his natural environment. Shh, you got to stay really quiet or you'll spook the survivors. And my second what the F is Colton's shorty shorts. There are just some things you can't unsee. Okay, first episode of Survivor, your first night at camp. Of course, the most important thing is fire. So let's talk about fire for a second. Okay, first of all, how fast did Jay make that fire? What is he, like the president of the Bear Grylls fan club? Which I'm okay with, I guess, as long as he doesn't try to start drinking his own urine. That's where I draw the yellow line in the snow. And then the ladies get the fire through this epic fire heist scenario, which I gotta say was pretty impressive, ladies. But then by morning, they've let the fire go out. How hard is it to keep that fire going when you have nothing to do but keep that fire going? Ladies, this is Survivor. It's okay to ignore Smokey the Bear. Okay, so the fact that both tribes are on the same island brings kind of a unique twist to the hidden immunity idol. I think it's actually kind of cool that they were required to give the idol for one tribe to the other tribe if they find it. Makes things interesting. But somehow Sabrina found that idol like way too fast. You're in the wilderness and she finds the idol on her second try. That woman's into some kind of voodoo devil magic. Okay, so the first challenge of the season was pretty dramatic. Started off with what I think was a relatively boring setup for a challenge, but then Courtney breaks her arm. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I do think it was kind of her fault. Jeff laid out the rules and she didn't follow them. And then as far as the guys deciding to not finish the challenge and take the win right away, I think they made the right decision. Now, an argument can be made that a decision like that early in the game can come back to haunt you, but I think, come on, it's like day 3. It's a little too early for those decisions to have a huge effect in the game. I think you have to take the win. If they didn't, they stood the chance of losing and one of them could go home. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel. Okay, first tribal council and the ladies are already at each other's throats, like, holy cow. Okay, I don't think Jeff was prepared for that. He just kind of sat there with a blank stare on his face like, what is going on? Ladies, you've got plenty of time to fight with each other and you're going at it like early on. Anybody else notice Kat with like her hood pulled over her head, like sitting there all dodgy-eyed like some kind of thug? That was weird. Towards the end, Jeff made a reference that the ladies' tribe was Nutsville. I think that's the guys' tribe. Alright, each week I like to make a few predictions, so here goes. Okay, my first prediction is that the strongest member of the women's tribe is by far Chelsea. Did you guys see the way she manhandled those chickens? That was crazy. That girl knows what's up. Okay, my second prediction has to do with Colton. He spends like all his time over with the women's tribe. He has the perfect position between the 4 guys and the other 4 guys, and he's the swing vote, but I think he's going to get himself voted off way too soon in the game. My final prediction is that while Sabrina claims she's going to call Colton Country Club Colton from here on out, she never will again. All right, well, that's it for week 2. Be sure to join us here every Thursday for the latest episode of the You Get a Buff After Survivor video blog. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Tout, and YouTube to keep up with our latest updates. All right, guys, see you next week.